Hey guys, come back to with another video. Today we're gonna finish off the top 5 of each lane. Next one just gonna be an honorable mention, top 5. And so yeah, we've been snacking on vids, guys, but now we're gonna get back on track and get back onto the same schedule. And also, we have a new PC, so that vlog is gonna come out soon about the new PC, which it's actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. And then I would also I'll include the setup 2.0 video also, guys. And, you know, that's a really good thing, guys, with the new PC. So you can expect some good videos from that. And also, you want to know, guys, who's not honorable? It's the 50% of you that aren't subscribed. And you need to be subscribed, guys, because we have some great content here at the channel. And you need to be subscribed, have notifications on to be alerted when we have the great content coming out. Because we're going to start knocking out some great content now that we got a new PC in. And everything's going to be a lot easier for me. So overall, let's get into the top 5 junglers, guys. Now on to number 5. So guys, number 5, Udir. It might come as a bit of a surprise, guys, for some of you, why he could be up here, why he could not. But the reason I'm putting him up here is because of his kit can be a bit antiquated for now. In this current state of the league, with the current style of champs, he can be a bit antiquated, like I said. Also, I'm putting him up here, guys, because of how easy he is to use. His kit can be pretty simple to use. Each ability is pretty straightforward. I was thinking of explaining them, but I'm going to explain them down in the comments, because I didn't think it would go well in this tip, because I'm thinking of explaining that in another video, but I haven't done one of these top 5s. It's been a couple weeks. As a side note, a couple weeks since I've done one, I think. But overall, his early game Udir is his best. He can 1v1 a lot of champs. His ganks can be really strong. His clear is really good. But I think when it comes to late game, mid game, he starts to fall off because other champs start to get stronger and his kit's and you end up team fighting later, or you get into 2v2s or 3v3s. Overall, as a situation, it's not that good. But also, Udir can be the guy that solos OBJs a lot of the times early on. And that's why I'm going to put him up here, guys, at the number 5 spot. Now on to number 4. So, guys, number 4, Jax. This is going to be interesting because I think early on in the series I mentioned how just because of how I was going to do, like, flex champs, but I guess Jax, he's one of the more interesting ones because this kit fits really well for both lanes. I think he might have been originally made for top, but I'm going to put him here at the jungle, guys. I'm going to go back on that one little thing, just because of how Jax is good in the jungle. And I'm an interesting pick, guys, because I'm putting him here mainly because of how his passive works with his whole build. And Jax's passive it works like Yusingo's Rage Blade. Basically, the more you attack, I think it works like Yusingo's. Let's just take this back. His continuous basic attacks. Jax's consecutive basic attacks continually increases attack speed. That's why I'm going to put him here, guys. But also, I'm going to put him here because of the fact that he can 1v5 if he's strong enough. And then he scales really well. And then as Jax in the jungle, eventually your clear becomes really good. And then you can just go off and maybe backdoor for your team or even carry from a Jax. That's why I'm going to put him here to number 4 spot. But there's other junglers, in my opinion, that are a bit better than him. So that's why he's at the number 4. Now on to number 3. So number 3, guys, Rammus. Rammus is, an interesting jungler. He could have been lower in the list or even higher in the list, but I'm going to put Rammus up here, guys, because in this current meta, he's in an odd spot, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. You guys can disagree or agree with me. That's why the comments are here, and we have an open discussion about that. But I'm going to put him here because he's an armor-heavy, engaged tank jungler. That sounded kind of redundant, not going to lie, but as Rammus, he's always going to go build a tank build. And the tank, there's some better tanks late game, is why I'm going to put him in the middle than in the jungle. And also, there's some bit better than some junglers, that's why I'm going to put, he's here in this specific spot. But also, his kit can be useful with his taunt, and then his engage with ganks are really useful with your Q, which basically increases your movement speed and locks up whoever you hit. And then your R can also be useful, because over time, it's an AoE effect, and it can also do damage to towers. So overall, guys, that's why I'm going to put Rammus here. But he's a strong team fighting champion. That's why I'm going to put him here at the number 3 spot. Now on to the number 2. So, number 2, Warwick, guys. I'm going to put Warwick here, guys, at the number 2 spot because of him being a jack of all trades jungler compared to other junglers. And then his kit of Warwick Ganking, you know, there's some excellent junglers for ganking. There's some great junglers at farming. There's some great junglers at early game. There's some great late game junglers. You get the point, you know. I can go on and on about different things, but Warwick, he's your jack of all trades. He gets everything done in every aspect. Doesn't do it excellently, he does it alright at everything. And that's why I'm going to put him up here. And then also, his easy kit makes it, or people that are new to jungling can pick him up. And then his early game is really more of what his strength is, if I'm going to pick one thing, guys, because of his ganks. And at that stage of the game can be really strong. Also, his Q can keep him healed early game, guys, for your farm, which makes his farming really easy. So I'm going to put Warwick here at the number 2 spot because that now to the number 1 spot. So on number 1, Master Yi. I'm going to put him here, guys, number 1 spot. For 2 reasons. His insane damage and how amazing he is at farming. If you've ever gone against a Yi, or you're playing Yi, you want to use, and you know your team skill is better than the other team, you want to take the game to late game. I was just having a fun time, and I got asked to switch, so I played Yi in the jungle, and the other team let us get to late game. So Yi, I just walked around, I was just shredding everyone late game. So Yi, as late game, he's pretty strong, and you don't want to go late game with Yi, but I'm putting him here because it was late game, and there's good farming. And his early game can be a bit weak, but it's not what we're putting him here for. Put him here for an overall basis of things, guys. And then, he'll show your team late game, and then here's a good sustain, which is meditate. Sometimes you can end up being a quote-unquote a tank with your W, and then also W can help you clear a bit easier if you need a heal up before you go in for your clear. So yeah, overall, guys, hope you enjoyed the top 5. This is the top 5 of the jungle. Now we're going to be on to the top 5 of the honorable mentions sometime next week. And guys, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, make sure you leave a like and comment, subscribe. And when you do subscribe, make sure you turn notifications on to be alert when we have content up here. Make sure you follow the Twitter in the description to be up to date when we release content here. And as always, guys, if you have anything about the list, you know, you thought somebody should have been placed lower, higher, maybe not even on the list, or another champ should have been there, I'll be happy to answer your comments down in the description. As always, guys, make sure you stay on the grind. Peace. Until next time, I'm signing out.
God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house.